Agile, the sprint, the scrum itself should take about 15 minutes each day. The sprint planning meeting should take about 2 hours for every week of sprint. So that's 6. Okay. The sprint review meeting should take about, I think, an hour and a half per week of sprint. So there's like 4.5 hours there. The sprint retrospective should take about 3 hours. So you can see that on the slide deck, I've actually got the typical durations for every one of the meetings for you.
I think it was certainly a very good question, because that is one of the things that I've experienced, that actually it increased the costs on my project, because I was told, well, these are all additional meetings and these all have to be costed in. And this is how much it's going to cost. And it just ended up, but you have to remember, if there's 4 or 6 people attending a meeting, that's 4 or 6 people times 15, and it just added up and added up. So it is great that there is actually a checklist that we can look at. We can use that as a guideline as well, because I'm taking it from your presentation that those meetings are very important to the team. That exactly. They're very important that they happen.
Exactly. So Agile, they reduce down the documentation with Agile, right? You have this thing, working software over documentation, talking over documentation, right? Every team in a 3-week scrum, 3-week sprint will spend 3 days doing that project control stuff. And it's that method that allows you to reduce the documentation. So what we had in Experian, we were taking 3 times longer to produce the documentation than we were taking to produce the software. We cut that to equal, okay, by changing the way in which we documented everything. Cut that to equal, but that means that the teams got to talk. This is why co-located teams are great, and if you can't co-locate, the team still needs time to talk.